Oh, there he is, folks. Mr. Bright and Cheery.
There he is.
Bright and cheery,
Yes,
man,
bright,
right there.
bright and shiny, bright and
Yeah.
shiny.
Oh, where are my polarized sunglasses?
Yeah,
The glare coming off the dome is.
yeah.
How often do you have to shave that
And
thing? Is that every third day or?
I mean, I could do it every day.
Oh.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
I use an electric razor. Buzz it down to where it is, so it makes it really easy. And I could do it every day, but I probably do it every 3 days.
This is wonderful.
Then it starts to bug me.
It starts to bug you. Get a little stubble up there, and you go, God dang it.
Yeah. It's just I don't feel as fast.
Right now we have a scratchy connection, at least on your voice to me. So, which is kind of perfect for what you're talking about with start to bug me. All right, guys, let's actually talk a little bit of tennis. How about that?
There we go. Yeah, tennis.
Guys,
thanks
for hanging out with us again. Another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting podcast, where Jeff and I attempt to help basically three types of tennis players. The tournament players, guys and gals playing senior tournaments, actually trying to move through to a couple more rounds than what you're typically doing. The league players who are looking to actually move up to a new woeful NTRP rating level algorithm that doesn't work, which I mean, I'm playing yesterday. I played a league thing out here in the valley, and it's a 65 and older 9-0 combo, which is with the NTRP, a 9-0 combo means if you're a 5-0, obviously you got to play with a 4-0 or a 4-0 guy. Well, look, I mean, some of these 5-0 players are like they just got off the tour. And some of the 4-0 guys are like they just got somehow, bumped down from 5-0. How did that happen? So it's like, God, these guys could quali for, the Queen's Club. Anyway, so, but we're trying to help league players, and then on the other hand, I've got the same rating label as guys who I can't beat. There's no question. I can't beat these guys. And there's other guys who I will beat 99 out of 100 because at one time, the lightning hits and it comes to the fence and it jumps over the net post and hits me right between the eyes. And I have to default, so I lose that match. Or I have to retire. So anyway, the whole thing with the NTRP is a joke. Hopefully the UTR will be a better replacement for it. But that's the second kind of player we're trying to help. The league guys who want to get better, who just want to, maybe dominate more, win more matches at their rating label. And then the third kind of player we're helping is you guys and gals who maybe aren't playing tournaments, aren't playing leagues, maybe here and there. The Wednesday night brew crew who are out there just having a blast on Wednesday night. Could be burgers and buddies and whatever. But man, you want to dominate. You don't want to be the guy buying the beers or whatever.
Yeah.
You want to be. Yeah, that's right. I'll take a Pacifico tonight. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you very much, man. Ooh, that tastes good when it's free.
Yeah.
Anyway, so guys, that's what Jeff and I are doing on the podcast. Thanks again for stopping in and hanging out with us for another episode. Jeffrey, we had a recent. Actually, it was just a couple of days ago that we were helping one of our students in a coaching webinar. And, one of the things, there were actually a few things that we were trying to help them with. But I think in all matches, whether you're playing a tournament or whether you're playing a league match or even the Wednesday night crew, no matter how good your prep is that it takes a couple of games to really quote unquote kind of feel the tennis ball.
Right.
And like I know for me sometimes I come out of the blocks and the first ball I hit, it could be a serve. I come in and play a volley. Oh my God, that volley felt right. Well, usually for me, if it's a tournament, that's like at the end of the tournament because I've had that first day
Right.
where, oh my God, I can barely. It's like
Right.
there's what happened to the arm? There's no feel at all here,
Yeah.
man.
Who
And
who
maybe the
who traded
guys.
out who? Yeah.
Oh, maybe the
Who
guy's
traded
not.
out
Go ahead. Sorry.
who traded out my racket for a cast iron skillet?
It's
Right.
just
I
like
mean, it's
thunk. What was so and by the end of the tournament I'm starting to get it's just confidence, I guess. I don't know.
yeah.
My point is that the video that we were watching is in the first game, he tried a couple of tricky shots and they kind of had
Yeah.
the thunk feel to it. And so my point to him was, look, I think the first couple of games, your first serve game, your first return game, it might take more than that, is to stay standard. Just so you start, quote unquote, feeling the tennis ball and rather than going for the highlight reel early in the match. And I think once you start to feel the ball, then that's when you can start to, in this case, it was just a simple backhand drop shot.
Right. Right.
So what do you think?
I think so. You've got to. There's always a kind of a. I don't want to say learning curve, but you're working your way into the match. There's always the variables of the day. Is there a breeze? What time of day are you playing? The sun. Is it cold? Is it foggy? Is it what's going on? And kind of it's great you got your warm up in it and you kind of have your basics, but then there's always the nerves of starting a match. I mean it's there, we all experience it, and I think if you're just a little too bent on like winning the point, as opposed to really sticking, what's your game plan and executing those shots and really building an early, how quickly can you get to that feel of feeling confident striking the ball? How quickly can you bridge that gap? And that's where some players are slow starters. Some players are fast starters. Some players, it's just they're kind of the steady Eddie guys.
One thing I see is that. And it happened yesterday, and again back to this league match, and my partner did not start off well, and and you could see what he was trying to do afterwards was he was trying to hit such a good shot,
right,
to sort of make up for the not starting well,
right.
and it was sort of missing those, and I just said, hey, just let's go with your most standard, basic stuff. It's I mean,
Right.
and that means it's not tentative, it's not tight, it's not pushing. We're not
Right.
really sort of taking the skill set and dumbing it down. All
No.
we're saying is forget totally forget, wipe the slate clean, and just give me your basic stuff. And then we'll kind of take it from there. And I think too often players try to make up for the crap.
Right.
With something spectacular, as if the crap is down here and the spectacular is up here and the average is your standard stuff.
Right.
No.
We what we're looking to is can you work yourself back to just solid journeyman tennis.
Right.
Right. Solid return, solid that, because I mean we talked about this maybe a month ago or so when we played Wendell and Doug. At the Berkeley Tennis Club. I came out, make the return, but then in my second shot, I was just trying to inflict too much pain off the second ball, and we went down like 3 or 4 love in the first set.
Well, that was because Doug Dittmer was playing like 7-0 tennis for the first 20 minutes.
So you put that combination together though, and all of a sudden you've dug yourself a really deep hole.
That's right.
And it's like put the shovel down, Jeff, and so we had our quick little chats and just just make the guy touch the ball again.
Right.
And then then we had another look at it, and then we clawed our way back into that, and ended up having a great match with the guys. What is your game plan? And if you're going to try and go for that, the dropper or something that's not off the reservation, it's part of the game plan, but you're going to go early, commit. don't worry about whether it turns out to be a winner or not. Just commit to it, because then at least you're going to get some good feedback in the feel of what you did.
Right. Right.
But if we tentatively kind of try to just sneak it in there, you have no data to go with, because your grip tension was probably tight. You're trying to make it a winner. You dump it, 2 feet into the net, and now you've just you have no confidence now to do it again.
That's right.
Because you just butchered the first attempt, right? At least if you hit,
ouch.
At least if you hit the first one though, and commit to it with the right attitude, you have data, you have feedback. I need to cut that a little more. I need to get through the ball, whatever it might be. And it doesn't matter whether you win the point even. All we're trying to do there is show a look, right? I want to show the guy that I'm going to make him run 35 feet across the court when we get into this, So
he hadn't really established. I mean, we're talking about a backhand drop shot, and he had not even established yet a standard solid backhand slice ground stroke. Right. So he hadn't established the feel for himself, and believe me, a drop shot requires several things. It requires, number one, that you're disguising it, that you've already set up in your opponent's mind that, oh boy, I mean, this guy's hit a couple of nice deep slice backhand groundies. Well, maybe another one is coming now. And and what we saw was that there was no framework as you described it. There was no setup on it. It was just kind of part of the strategy today is to hit a drop shot off the backhand. Okay, but you got to set up a few things first before you actually deploy it. The strategy's good, but the tactics were not great. And plus the stroke technique was never really established.
Right, and that's when I say you got to commit to it. That hitting a drop shot is not an afterthought. It's not. It's also not something that you just do with your hand. It's not a trick shot.
Right.
It requires preparation. It requires footwork. It requires proper spacing. It requires watching the ball. It requires go down the list of everything that your forehand might require. Your drop shot requires that too. And so I liked when I train somebody in this play where we're going to drive the opponent back and then cut them down short. I like to combine it with 2 drives, 2 heavy drives, and now you got to come back and soften, because that's what's going to happen in a match. Your opponent is not going to be generous and say, "Here's 2 or 3 soft balls to kind of get you in the mood." And then I'm going to massage this thing over there for a drop shot. That's not the way it happens. If you want it to be effective, the most effective, I've actually got to hit something heavy and authoritative first to get them in this kind of push back mode, and then I'm going to come in, and sometimes it's aggressive and come in and cut that ball down. But so I like to combine those 2 things: 2 drives and then cut it down. So you start to build the feel of making that seamless transition between a heavy ball and then softening the shot.
Yeah. So, well, look, to get back to the original theme, I think it's important that the first few games of the match, and it may take you more than a few games, it may take you a set, is that you establish, am I, quote unquote, feeling the tennis ball? And some of that is for me anyway, I'm finally settled down. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say relaxed, but I'm not grippy. I'm not strong in the grip. I'm not tight. I'm not anything other than just, man, today I just feel it. And so, and until you do that, all of the non-typical shots, let's hold off until you really start to feel to feel the tennis ball. So, well, Jeff, listen, good stuff as always. Thank you very much. I don't think I even mentioned the free private 10-minute coaching call at the start of this episode.
I don't remember.
Shocking. Really shocking. Well, even if I did, because I don't remember either, guys, we're offering, Jeff and I are offering you a free 10-minute coaching call. It's painless. It is super painless. We're not going to get in your grill and go, you got to be kidding me. Why don't you try pickleball with the,
Right.
So, look, we want to help you get the result that you're really looking for. The way to do that is to get on a free, complimentary, 10-minute private coaching call, the three of us. And go on over to goalballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button, and you get access to our online calendar scheduler where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you. Jeff, what would we like the fine folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
So you hadn't really established the field yet. So
yeah, I was still working it out there. Yeah.
Guys, get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff, we're going to, as soon as I clear my throat, we're going to do this again tomorrow.
I can't wait.